Dad and I are in a race to win the Premier League. We started off in the Vanarama National League with Sutton and Hartlepool United. However, after getting involved in a title race, we have dropped back down the table. Dad did get himself to Europa League final but failed to lift the trophy. But it's about time we book our ideas up and get back to challenging for the title. And both of us look to do so adopting new systems, and I have a unique style similar to a 4-3-3 but with two strikers. Whereas Dad has opted to go for a more 4-2-3-1 approach for this upcoming season. And he's also bringing in a good number of quality players to suit the system too, including a new winger from Inter Milan who has fantastic goal-scoring abilities. I of course knew that with the right system, I had a man who could bang in the goals for me this season already. Dad, both adopting new systems in the summer. After, of course, we've kind of dropped out of the title race.
Yeah, we did a little bit, yeah. I mean,
considering we were thereabouts.
Yeah, that's right, yeah. I mean, I feel that I've bought very, very well.
Yeah.
But in different positions. So I had to change my formation, really, for the players that I've bought in. Because I've bought some really world-class, very, very close to world-class players.
And you sold a lot of players as well.
Yes, I did, yeah. I sold.
There, 26.
I felt I've improved the positions that I've sold from players from, though. I mean, the midfield players... I had a lot of midfield players where I'm going to go a different formation and that, so I don't need so many.
Yeah, and strikers as well. You got rid of a lot of strikers because obviously you've only got one up front now.
Yeah, that's right.
So the guys coming in, obviously we looked at Sandro Veloso, which was the first signing, £67 million. Very good striker.
Oh, he's going to be a good striker, this guy.
Can't jump though.
No, can't.
Can't jump, but he is very good.
Yeah.
Then we got John Lopez, £53 million. So.
See, I've definitely improved on the midfield players there, and he plays all three positions, so even better.
Good with both feet as well.
Yeah.
6'2", bit of a presence in the midfield. Sione, which is a free transfer, another good striker.
Yeah.
Not a bad option there, Argentinian.
He's not. I mean, he's not going to get in the side because I'm only going to play one up front, so...
you need options, though.
Yeah, I mean, it just gives me something else to look at.
Leonardi, who is the winger we looked at, who has good goal-scoring abilities. He could. I mean,
this guy's
be lethal.
This guy's good. He's fast, and he's only 20.
20 years old with a better potential too.
Yeah.
So a nice little pickup, considering £17 million.
That's cheap as chips, isn't it? Really?
Yeah, I think that's your signing of the summer.
Yeah.
Despite Christian Morel also being really good on the wings.
Yeah,
of course. You obviously going to a wingers.
Really, two good wingers there. Really.
Yeah.
So.
Matsushima though, Japanese. There's a weird so many good Japanese players.
Yeah,
it's unbelievable.
It's been like this for a couple of seasons now, isn't it? So.
Japanese and South Korean players. We're finding a lot of them in Asia. We're finding a lot of, and they're cheap too.
Yeah.
I mean, you've got him from Dortmund, but Dortmund picked him up for £4.2 million. I've got a feeling as well, he was on my shortlist when Dortmund went for him.
Yeah.
It was a few seasons ago, but I recognise the position more than anything. £25 billion for Aleku, centre attacking midfielder. Now you need one, and he's a very good one.
Yeah.
Only thing he's really lacking is a bit of pace. But technically and mentally, he's very good. And then finally, Simon Green from Brighton, £22 million.
Yeah,
good backup.
Good backup, yeah. I mean, he's only a 20-year-old as well, so he's not expecting to get right into my team. But yeah, I'm pleased with that. It's a good sign, I feel.
Yeah. So obviously, you're going for a 4-2-3-1 formation. This is the best 11 pick that you can see here. Let's have a look at the signings that I made too, because there were quite a lot of them. And again, I've got a new system as well. Didn't sell anybody on that page, but I did sell £24 million worth of players. Most of it was Marko Milanovic. Of course, bit of a hero for me after picking him up on a free transfer from Oxford. That first season where, when we were in the Premier League and he got 32 and 34. Yeah. Unbelievable, but he never really lived up to that, unfortunately. He's kind of dropped out of the squad. I didn't sign as many players as what you did, but I think I've done quite well in the transfer market. John Ji Hyung, just a backup centre-back, but the potential was there. And again, South Korean, 19 years of age. And I'm not being funny, I ain't turning down a sign for £1.4 million.
No, definitely not.
He's already played a couple of games as well. One start, one off the bench. From Pohang Steelers, we've got Nico Bianchi from Bologna. Great free transfer. He is class. Good striker, 29 years of age. And then finally, Lucas Gaitan, £18 million from Boca Juniors. I needed a better centre-back. He comes in. Again, he's only 20. We're at a weird stage where we're having to do almost like a rebuild.
Yeah.
Because it's like we got Neil to the top and it wasn't good enough, and then a lot of those players just seems like they're just not good enough anymore.
That's the difference when you've got a little bit of money as well, though. You can do a rebuild, but you could be buying players like this.
Yeah.
So your rebuild's going to be, this player, we can have him for 8 seasons easy, couldn't you?
Yeah, absolutely. I won't have him for the next 2 to 3 months, though, because He broke his ankle.
Of course he did.
Yeah, the August curse continues. No matter where we are or what we're doing, the August curse always continues. And as I say, I've gone to a different system here. I'm locking in a couple of players. Jung Ji-hyun is one of them. I think just because of the guy being out for 3 or 4 months, I think, right, I'm going to give Jung Ji-hyun a good go now. We've also got Matisse Delcourt as well, who I kind of want to play as a DM because he doesn't play there naturally. And I think he's good enough to play it. I think the physical attributes, the fact that he's 6'3", okay on the ball. I think he's the perfect position for that. All right, now, we're at very different ends of the table at the minute. You're at 15th, but you've only played 2 games. I'm second because I have won 3 games, and I've won 2 very difficult ones against Arsenal and Manchester United as well.
Cracking start, really, yeah.
Conceding goals, though, so it's not all sunshine and roses. However, you've drawn both games there to Norwich and Coventry.
Yeah.
You've had to qualify for the Europa Conference League, though. We did see at the end of last season you weren't in a position, but as we know, the European coefficients, etc., sometimes allow you to have an extra team or bump everybody up one, and you were bumped into the Europa Conference League, but you had to qualify.
It'll affect my squad over a season, really, because you're playing on the Thursdays, but I'll take it.
Yeah.
I think I've got a good enough squad to sort of go a long way in it, so never know your luck.
That's it.
Yeah.
Well, we are racing to the Premier League, but European trophies are definitely welcome. Let's see if any of us can win one this season. The first time we clashed this season, I was finally able to get a good performance against Dad and pick up the 3 points. And it was thanks to a very emphatic 5-1 victory at Hartlepool too. Dad did get his own back though with a sneaky 1-0 victory in March. However, with neither of us challenging for the league title again this season, it was in Europe that both of our attentions turned to. As while Dad was putting his Hartlepool side into the Europa League conference final after a semi-final win against Antwerp, I was also doing the same in the Europa League semi-final with a massive 5-2 aggregate win over Leipzig. And just like my dad 2 seasons ago though, a tough opposition for me in Galatasaray in the final, who have an incredible striker who opened the score after just 6 minutes, and they doubled their lead within just 11 minutes on the clock. I did manage to salvage a goal just before half-time, but it wasn't enough, and we couldn't break them down to find an equaliser. It was a different story though for Dad in the Europa Conference final, as opponents Rosenborg couldn't handle Sandro Veloso on Dad's right-hand side, and he scored 2 goals in the first 14 minutes. And while it was nervy times, still, especially at the end, Dad's defence only allowed for 1 goal in the 81st minute. Meaning Dad wins the Europa Conference League, picking up the first major trophy between us and salvaging what would have been a bad season after his side finishing 12th place in the Premier League. You're spawny, ain't you?
Get in.
You are spawny. I mean, actually, you should have won that.
Yeah.
I think, you were the best team in the competition. You won it 2-1 quite comfortably, getting there because 6 out of 6 wins in the league, not too bad.
Yeah, you got to take that in, yeah.
And you look at all the teams.
The team that I beat was a team behind me as well in the league.
The only good one in there is Frankfurt and Sevilla, I think. But yeah, you beat HJK 8-3, quarter-final Olympiacos 5-1 on aggregate, semi-final Antwerp 3-1. And defeating Rosenborg, and it's a bloody good job you did because 12th place in the Premier League, and both cups were 3rd round as well.
Yeah, not too good this season really. It was a bit of a disaster of a season, but finished it off at the end with a nice little cup. So yeah, I'm pleased with that.
Sandro Veloso scored more goals in the European competitions than he did in the league.
Yeah,
mental. But Premier League was won by Liverpool again. They seem to be winning it quite a lot recently, don't they? But I finished in 3rd place, 13 points behind them as well.
That's a bit disappointing, isn't it? Really?
Yeah, it's hard to keep up with them.
Yeah.
Man United and Newcastle had a very good season. They got a couple of fantastic players. Like, he looks great. But we're still in it. Next season, we're both in European competitions. I'm in the Champions League, you're in Europa.
I'm happy with that. I can build on that.
Yeah, okay. Well, you've got 7 million.
I'm building on it very much, though.
And your squad isn't exactly massive.
No, that's my problem now. I do like playing with smaller squads, but if I don't get support, then I can't improve. So it looks like then you've got to sort of like...
You're sell Veloso,
yeah, you're always looking at sort of like selling your best player then, and sometimes it's all right, but sometimes you just put the point and just say no, I'm keeping him. So he's only 24, so I ain't got the best out of him yet, and he's getting better.
He is good,
Yeah.
but only 20 goals in 41 appearances.
Yeah, that's the disappointing thing about it. But
could be the system.
yeah, that's right. Yeah, I could change the system and it might just give him a kickstart and off he goes again.
Yeah, absolutely. I was very unlucky, of course, though, getting to the final and being beat by this Galatasaray side. You might think, well, Galatasaray, you should be beaten then. Kind of, yeah. But then you see how good their striker is, and you think, fair enough.
Yeah.
He is unbelievably good.
Yeah.
And I think I want him.
25 million.
£25 million. He is also unhappy right now. So
That good at 21 and he's only 25 million. You're an idiot not to buy him, you really.
That's it. I mean, at the minute, everybody knows I've got Jung Joo-hyung. He is 30 though, and wanted. And I think I could get a good £57 million for him. And then for half of that money, get a 21-year-old player who's actually better than the one I've just sold.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, that's great football mind. That should work. It really, really should. But I'm really gutted because my run to the Europa League, very much like yours, looked great. I mean, I lost one to Leipzig, drew one to Hoffenheim, but won 6 and looking really comfortable in the league phase. Round of 16, knocking out Napoli quite comfortably as well, 5-1. Quarter-final, knocking out Villa, of course, topped it, 4-0. So looking really, I mean, look at that, 8-7. 5-5 between Sporting and Hoffenheim. And then the semi-final then, knocking out Leipzig, who was the team who beat me in the league phase.
Yeah.
So at that point, I'm thinking, this is going to be great. This is going to be easy.
Well, Villa
and then
were
I
the
seen
best side,
Galatasaray's
right?
team. Yeah. So, never mind. Didn't get European glory, but hey, the race of the Prem's still on, at the very least.
Getting to the final still good, though.
Yeah. 21 goals from Jung Ji-hyung. Again, I don't think he'll be here next year, though. Ethan Azua got 25 assists and 18 goals. Not bad at all from the Chilean winger. 19 from Fourcade as well. So, yeah, not bad. But I have got £5 million. So if I do want to sign that guy from Galatasaray, I am also going to have to sell players too.
Yeah.
And I think I've already discovered who it might be. I have made the drastic decision this summer to sell Ju-Yong, but for a good reason, as the 30-year-old went for more money than his 21-year-old replacement, the Galatasaray striker that scored against me in the Europa League final. Dad finally sold Rashawn Reed, his goalkeeper who's been with him for over 10 years, and he's found his replacement already, as well as more targets that he's looking to bring in. Another season of tinkering for me though, as I need to find a winning formula and look for a 4-2-2-2 narrow. Whereas Dad has decided to try his 3-striker formation yet again for the upcoming season in hopes of a better league performance. Other than a very bad loss on the opening day of the season to Arsenal though, it has been great overall for the start of both of our teams as we go into season number 20. Well, Dad, I got the deal done. I got a lot less money than what I thought I would for Jung Ji-hyung.
Probably down to his age, though, wouldn't it?
Yeah. So, £32 million, still a good amount, was still enough to bring in Murat Ogurlu. So he comes in as my new striker up front. He looks great.
Yeah.
Don't play great, as he scored for me just yet, considering he got 21 in 29 last season. But I'm not worried too much. He will come good. He will come good. Adrian Rodriguez was another player that I brought in, just a good option in centre defence midfield. And Mateus from Gremio, right back, so that McLaughlin is not McLaughlin. McLaughlin goes into centre midfield.
You've been trying to get him there for a few seasons now, haven't you?
Yeah, but I've been playing DMs and he doesn't go in there. That's the trouble.
Yeah.
So he's just been naturally going right back. So I'm going to make sure I keep him there and train him to play in the Scundal Volante role and play Mateus there, who does look quite good. He is 24 though, so really should be hitting his potential fairly soon already, which might worry me a little bit. But right now I don't have the money to spend on anybody good. So that's what I'm going to have to do. But as we said, we have started the season quite well. I did lose to Arsenal, but I've won the other 3 games, which ain't too bad to be honest. Dad, looking at yours though. Transfer-wise, £85 million went out. Obviously, you had to sell players if you were to do anything anyway. Alex Jorgensen was the big one. £54 million he went for.
Yeah.
And 20 for Moreno, and then a few bits elsewhere.
The 54 million from Spurs, I thought that was a good deal. So that's why I jumped all over that when I took it.
We also say goodbye to Rashawn Reed.
Yeah.
After 12 seasons with you.
Done well
what
for
a
me,
free
didn't he?
transfer that is.
Yeah.
I would say arguably that could have been so far your best signing of the race to the Prem.
It probably is, yeah, because it is hard to get hold of a good keeper, and he definitely was. And for a freebie, and then do that amount of seasons, and then still get 11 million for him.
Yeah,
I think that's good business.
Not too bad at all. So the replacements, you have brought in a new goalkeeper in Augustin Esposito.
Yeah, he's very good. Only
very
23.
good Argentinian.
Yeah, it's good for. So I got him for. You can have him for 10 seasons, really.
Yeah, if you think you sold for Sean Reed for more.
Yeah.
James Lugaus for free transfer.
Look at this for his free transfer. I mean, come on.
Yeah, he looks very good.
Oh, what a bargain. And he's worth 74 million already?
Yeah. And then we got Federico Thurn here. £45 million you spent on him.
Yeah. He's a replacement to a couple of the ones I've sold as centre back.
For Jorgensen.
Yeah.
21-year-old Swiss player. I mean, looking at him, he don't look like the much that you paid for him, but he is only 21.
Yeah. With
a much better potential, with a fairly professional personality, so I'll keep my opinions to myself at the minute. Because that would, if he was 24, I'd be going, oh, that's a bad move. Oh. But I'll let you off that one for now.
Yeah.
I'll judge it in a couple of years' time. Emilio Turon from Milan, £45 million as well. So £90 million spent on those two players, but he is good.
I mean,
professional personality, and he's 21.
I've just bought two really good strikers really anyway.
Young as well.
Yeah.
This is a thing. We are basically doing like a rebuild where people were like, oh, this series is going to end soon. Well, at the minute, we've gone backwards. Yeah, we've gone backwards more than forwards. Liverpool way too good for us. So, and of course, you had to change your formation after the 12th place finish last season.
Yep.
Gone back to your 4-3-3.
Yeah, 3 up front again. The strikers that I've got up there now, I had to go with that again, didn't I?
Yeah.
I mean, God, they're world-class strikers. So, yeah, I feel my midfield's quite good, so quite strong.
And you started the season well too.
Yes.
4 from
greens.
4.
Happy with that.
Not too bad at all.
Done United.
2-1 after they finished second last season.
Yeah.
So that's a good sign.
Yeah, pleased with that.
All right then. And you've of course got Europa League football this season after your cup win last year. So let's see what happens.
Yes.
Race to the Prem, or again, are we picking up some trophies elsewhere? Dad's first half of the season seemed much better than mine, and we had reflected that in our first match, as he destroyed me 4-1 in late October. But I was in fact only 2 points behind him as we crossed the halfway point, and we were sat in second and third behind City. However, a second win against me thanks to a very late 90th minute goal, and Dad was well and truly in the driving seat, because he was currently sat top of the league by a point in front of me, and the round of 16 still to play in the Europa League and quarter-finals of the FA Cup, where we'll face each other again. But it was a different story in the FA Cup though, as this time I managed to sail away as winners with a 5-2 win against 10 men. Both of us had dropped points though, and it's getting real close between us, Spurs and Liverpool for that Premier League title. With Dad dropping more crucial points though, I continued my fantastic league form and continued to make it interesting. And with just 3 games to go, I had a 3-point lead over Liverpool and a 4-point lead over Dad as I looked to press to win the challenge. I also had an FA Cup final on the horizon too against Arsenal, but my main focus was of course the Premier League and winning my remaining fixtures as I picked up 3 points against Newcastle, followed by an amazing 5-0 win against Nottingham Forest, and all I need now is a draw or better on the final day to be crowned champions. Manchester City were my opponents on the final day, and they had other ideas though, and they took a 2-goal lead in the first half, and I was left shocked. We managed to pull one back in the 60th minute, but City was not going to allow us to lift the trophy without a fight, and they scored a third. And unfortunately for us, Liverpool just kept winning, and they snatched the title out of our hands on the final day of the season on goal difference alone to keep the race to the Premier League challenge alive still for my dad. My consolation did come days later though, as we managed to defeat Arsenal 3-1 to lift the FA Cup. Final day of the season.
Chucked it away, mate.
On goal difference.
You had it.
Losing on the final day.
All you had to do is just win the game, or even draw the game, you'd have won.
Yeah, Man City 3-1 it was. It was a bad time. Bad time. Because what was the worst thing as well was Liverpool just kept winning.
Yeah.
But all I needed to do was just beat their results. But they just didn't drop any points, like at all. As soon as I got ahead by those 3 points, after the draw I had against them, they just did not drop points. I mean, the consolation, of course, of the FA Cup final. I'm very happy to win the FA Cup final, defeating Arsenal. Great. But I had it in my hands to complete the race to the Prem, and I chucked it away.
So close.
Oh, and it was bloody Liverpool. But you can kind of see that they did deserve it. They got names everywhere, whereas I don't, I guess. And that's where it's all gone wrong. Their goal difference of plus 66, and I only have a plus 25.
That's a hell of a difference. Isn't
Yeah.
it?
Yeah.
Hell of a difference.
Lost more games than they just drew quite a lot. But good season for you, Dad. 5th place finish.
Yeah, I've improved on last season, so I'm pleased with that. Still, with the start that I had, I still feel I should have done a little bit better. But
Yeah.
When you look at that,
I mean,
all the Liverpool
semi-final
badges
finish
was
as
on
well.
there, it was just, yeah, I mean, Spurs doing me in the bloody semi-final. What's that about? Come
And
on.
me doing you in the FA
Yeah.
Cup quarters as well. Let's not forget that. But yeah, I mean, I didn't even get out of the league phase in my Champions League. That's embarrassing, isn't it? I was focusing on elsewhere. I got 25th place. Won 3 games. Beat Man United, Bodo, Glimt and Salzburg. Drew to Lyon, but I lost 4 games. Galatasaray, after I stole their best player, I went there and got lost 4-0.
That's what happens, mate, when you go to hell.
Yeah. I wonder if my player played and was like, God, this is awkward.
You would have got some reception there, wouldn't
Yeah,
he? God
absolutely.
almighty.
But how did he do across the season? Well, he only got 19 goals. I was expecting a lot more than that. 17 from Azua. Fischetti chipped in with 16 as well. 15 for Foucault. Delcourt arguably had the best season for me with 15 and 15. So, I mean, it's not looking too great with that. Also, I had broken ankle at the start of the season, got one at the end of the season with McLaughlin as well. 12 goals, 11 assists, but a broken ankle towards the end of the season after playing him, of course, as many times as I possibly could in that DM role. He's 26 now. I picked him up when he was 18.
Yeah.
So he's been at the club for a long time. Transfer budget, though, 15 million, but the wage budget is quite good, so I'm not looking too bad financially compared to where I was, I mean, recently. Like, I've been down at minus 68 there, so that isn't too bad. And yourself, Dad, you've got £3 million, but your finances are a lot worse than mine.
Yeah. That ain't good, is it?
No.
I ain't got many players to sell, so...
I think you have. You picked up quite a lot of free transfers lately.
Yeah,
that you
I'm
could
sort of
sell.
like picking and choosing players that I can sell now, really. I mean, the problem you got is that your players that are not of very good value are obviously your worst players. And, I mean, selling a player for like 100,000, that ain't going to get me anything, really.
No.
Is it? Someone should just keep him in the squad, really,
Yeah.
as a squad player. But, yeah, it's picking the odd player. I mean, age-wise, they're not too bad at the moment, so it's not like... I'm like, oh,
You
two
got
there.
2 players
One of
over
them's one of them-
33.
Yeah. So, I mean, that striker there, Becker, at 34, I don't know how much he's worth. So he's only worth 100.
It's because he's run out of contract.
Yeah.
He's joining somewhere else
Yeah,
anyway.
so that's the thing, innit? Yeah, I can pick and choose. If I can, what I'll do, I'll look down the transfer market, see what's around. If I can find anything that's better than what I've got in a certain position, and I can sell a player for like 50 million, and same as what you've done back along, isn't it? You sell one player and you buy another player, which is better but less, then you're laughing, really, aren't you?
Yeah, that's the aim. And then, of course, I'm pretty much looking the same type of thing, really. I've got a lot more players who are older.
Yeah.
If you look at that's half of my squad, really. That's in their 30s, almost.
So if you look at that, I'm in a better position than you, really.
At the minute, yeah. But on the upside of that, or the opposite side of that, I've only got one of those players who played the majority of the games, and Robertson, who is 36. I've got Juan, who plays left back majority of the time.
Yeah.
I think he's been playing quite a lot at DM. I don't necessarily need him at DM.
No.
I've got lots of players who can play DM. I don't know why that it always favours to play him there. So really, as a left back option, I've got Juan, who's the only Juan for me at left back. And he's 23, Spanish, world class. I'm not looking to get rid of him. I'm looking to keep him. So I'm all right with that type of thing.
Yeah. Fair enough. Yeah. Bit of
All right,
wheeling
then.
dealing, I think, to do, isn't it?
That's it. The next summer is going to be a big one. We have now crossed 20 seasons. So 21st season, we are still trying to race to win the Premier League. Heartbreak for me, but the challenge continues for both of us as we race to win the Prem again.